The Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Bet Insured.
The Premier League at the moment is approaching the midway of the season, and now it is time to now start separating the men from the boys. And now is when the Premier League is taking shape. And as well, in Europe right now, the Italian Serie A is the league that seems to be the most intense. If you look at it, almost about 4 teams are fighting for the title at the moment. Napoli, Atalanta, Lazio, and as well, you could as well maybe want to chip in Fiorentina. You could as well say the German Bundesliga might be a one-horse race. Bayern Munich trying to get back into winning the league title for the first time in a while. And how about the Premier League? Liverpool seems to be the team that is running away with it right now. But if you want to focus on the Premier League as well, Chelsea fans will say they are happy for where they are right now, fighting for the top 4, maybe not the Premier League title. How about Arsenal? They're as well. Maybe might not be fighting for the Premier League title. They're also up there. Man City under Guardiola. I think that's a story for another day. But anyways, it is football, and definitely that is why we love the round letter game. Welcome to another edition of the Insured Zone podcast, brought to you by Bet Insured. It's your host on the show. My name is Tim, the Sports Talk Guy, and definitely I am back right here again this Friday to give you all our top predictions for the week. For those people that banked on our predictions last week, they can as well tell that they had massive winnings. And when I say massive winnings, you know what I'm talking about. So that is what I'd say. If you're yet to be part of the Insured Zone podcast, this is definitely the time to do that. Share this video to your friends so that they can as well enjoy the benefits that the Insured Zone podcast gets to give out. So, of course, let's check out our predictions from last week and let's see how we fared so that we can actually be transparent, so you can know definitely that right here at the Insured Zone podcast, just as I always say, we just do not predict the future, we ensure it. Let's go check out our predictions from last week. So now into our predictions for last week. Let's start off from this game that went down from the English Premier League. That was Arsenal versus West Ham United. Everything we predicted in that game almost came into fruition. The over 2.5 goals, which came, Arsenal won that game 5-2. Was perfectly on point. Although we predicted 3-1 for the correct score, but you can as well say that that was close. 4 goals in that game, but of course the game ended with 6 goals. But then the home over 3.5 goalkeeper saves that we predicted as our expert prediction in that game did not materialize. Reason because towards the end of the game, West Ham United tried to also, attack the game, but we were expecting them to play some conservative football, but not really what we expected from that game. They finished with 2 goalkeeper saves, which means it was a loss. How about the game from the German Bundesliga, Leipzig versus Wolfsburg? That game ended 5-1. We predicted a full-time result of both teams to score, which actually materialized. If you ask me this season, Leipzig hasn't really been so convincing. They have been far from convincing this season. They lost again, woefully, against Wolfsburg, right at home. That is actually something to worry about for Leipzig right there. And also, we predicted a 2-2 draw between them, although that did not happen because Wolfsburg won emphatically. And also, our expert prediction of over 22.5 shots towards the goal also was predicted. But unfortunately, only 22 shots happened in that game. 9 to Leipzig and 13 to Wolfsburg. I only needed just one, shot to complete that. But let's get into Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund. That also went down in our predictions. We could as well say the game ended in a 1-1 draw. It was a tight encounter between both sides. We predicted over 2.5 full-time predictions. That did not materialize as well. But going into the correct score, where we actually predicted 3-1 in favor of Bayern Munich. Well, Bayern Munich did not turn out from there. But our over 5 goalkeeper saves was perfectly on point as the game ended with 6 saves from that game. So, of course, we can as well look at other predictions during the week involving Man City and Liverpool and other games that we gave you. And for those that actually predicted, they can tell that the rest of the predictions, as well as this week, we had about 80% winning accuracies in our predictions. So definitely, I'll tell you again, you share these videos to your friends so that they can as well enjoy the best tips right here at the Insured Zone podcast. So of course, moving away from last week, let's now get into the predictions for this week.
Smarter the bank all the time with Bet Insured. Choose Bet Insured.
Welcome to this week's prediction zone. And now it's time to give you our top picks for this week. I've got tasty ones right here. Don't forget that you share this video to someone else as well so that they can as well enjoy our topics for this week. And as well, let us know your comments on the predictions from last week. Let us know if you actually won big, so that this will help us in serving you even much better. Right here on the Eshonzo podcast, we don't only just give you some games, we give you big odd games that you can as well bank on any day, anytime. So starting off from the first game that I go for, you'll be starting off from the Italian Serie A. And this week, starting on Friday today, Atalanta will be up against AC Milan. When you hear Atalanta and AC Milan, trust me, it is definitely a frantic battle between both sides. Ademola Lookman, the man has been in spoken form for Atalanta this season, is up against the likes of Samuel Chukwueze, up against the likes of Christian Pulisic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek and the likes of them. But let's go into the team streak right now for this game. So for the team streak, Atalanta has won in their last 7 matches. They have recorded total wins in their last 7 matches. And in fact, they have not recorded a single loss in their last 12 games in all competitions. That means that they are really in a high form at the moment. And then for AC Milan, although they might have not recorded back-to-back wins, but they have not lost as well in all competition in their last 5 matches. And Atalanta, although they might have been winning and not recorded any losses in their last 12 games, but it is also interesting to let you know that Atalanta hasn't kept a clean sheet in their last 3 matches. So will they keep a clean sheet in this game? It is still left to be known. So let's check out the head-to-heads between both sides. For the head-to-head, Atalanta has been the team with the best form of late between both sides. Atalanta hasn't lost in the last 3 meetings between themselves and AC Milan. And as well, they haven't recorded a single clean sheet in their last 8 meetings. So which means this match and the last 8 meetings, it has seen both teams scoring against each other. Also, AC Milan and Atalanta, I told you, it's recorded both teams scoring between both sides. So if you want to ask me about my prediction for this game, it is just straight to the point. We know that both teams always score against each other whenever they meet each other. So that means I'll be going for a both team to score as my full-time prediction, with a score at 2-1 in favor of Atalanta. But what about my expert prediction? I'll be going for over 3.5 bookings, because when it comes to Atalanta and AC Milan, remember I told you it's a frantic encounter and you can expect lots of fouls, lots of bookings in that one. So I go for over 3.5 cards, and as well you go for over 22.5 fouls in this game, over 22.5 fouls from this game. So moving into another one, we're still right here on the Italian Serie A. Let's go to another big game that will be happening tomorrow on Saturday, as Napoli will be hosting Lazio at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium right there. This game is really going to be as frantic as that one between AC Milan and Atalanta as well. It's going to be a tight encounter. So let's just get straight into the predictions already. For this game, you can as well say that Napoli under Antonio Conte, they've been fantastic. In fact, their defensive record has been top-notch. We know that for Antonio Conte. He plays a defensive style of football, and that was what he did at Tottenham Hotspur, where, at a point, he was one of the managers that are considered the fewest goals in the Premier League. We know him very well, playing counter-attack football. And Romelu Lukaku as well hasn't really flopped under Antonio Conte. It seems as though his relationship with Antonio Conte, talking about Lukaku, seems to gel. They know, each other's style, and that is why almost everywhere that Antonio Conte will go, he will always request that his number one priority will be Romelu Lukaku. So, of course, let's get into our prediction. For this one, because of the home advantage, although Lazio as well has been in fantastic form, trust me, the combination of Pedro, Castellanos, as well as, the likes of them, they've been doing well. And going into this game, I don't think they're going to find it easy against Napoli. So for me, my full-time prediction is going to be Napoli win or draw, because of that home advantage, factor right there. So for the scoreline at 1-1, so I don't see plenty goals scored in that game, but I'm not sure anybody's going to cancel each other out in this game. So going into our expert prediction, I'll go for over 11.5 goal kicks, or if you don't want to go for that one, you can as well go for under 3.5 goals.
Smarter the bank all the time with Bet Insured. Choose Bet Insured.
Now let's leave the Italian Serie A. Let's get into the English Premier League. And now it is time to check out this big game. It is the Merseyside derby. Although you might not count that as a big game considering the form that Everton are in right now. But one thing that I always know is that even if Everton are playing in the Championship or even in the League One, when it comes to Everton versus Liverpool, there's just this fierce battle between them. You can as well say that Liverpool has been the most successful club when it comes to themselves and Everton. But whenever you just hear a Merseyside derby, there's always this fight, brawl, and lots of tackles, crazy scenes happening in that fixture. But this time around, it is at the Goodison Park, where Everton will be hosting Liverpool. So let's go into the team streak for this game. Liverpool, as we know, they've been in fantastic form under Ancelotti. They've been recording wins in their last 6 matches in our competition. And in fact, they have not lost a single game in their last 15 games. And as well, Everton, just like I told you, they're not in a really good form right now. They have not recorded a single win in their last 4 matches. And also, before their game against Manchester United last week, they have failed to score a goal in their last 3 matches. So, moving into the head-to-head records, looking at the corner kicks, there have been a record of over 10.5 corner kicks in 5 of their last 6 meetings in this fixture. And as well, as much as you might want to say that Liverpool are an high-scoring team, when it comes to Liverpool and Everton has been able to keep Liverpool at bay at scoring. In fact, their defense against Liverpool has been top-notch. Under 2.5 goals have been recorded in 5 of their last 6 meetings. If you look at Liverpool right now, they've been scoring at plenty. They scored 2 goals against Real Madrid. They also, got some goals against Manchester City. Liverpool this season, you can see them as a team that you can bank on when it comes to goals. But against Everton, would I say that Liverpool are going to defy the odds of scoring lot of goals? I am not sure about that. So I'm going to be safe. I'm not going to go for goals in this one. So going for my prediction, I'll just go for the normal safe market. Liverpool win or draw. I'm not going to see Everton winning considering their form right now. I think Everton will defend with everything they've got. But will Everton try to defy the odds by winning? I'm not sure. Will Liverpool go to the Goodison Park to get a win? I'm not so sure considering how you might want to say Liverpool are high flying right now. So that is why I'll go for Liverpool to win or draw with a scoreline at 2-0. So going for the expert prediction for this one, knowing that we know this game produces lots of corner kicks, I'll go for over 8.5 corner kicks from this one, as well as go for Everton over 3.5 goalkeeper saves. We know Jordan Pickford to be a very good goalkeeper. And when it comes to the Goodison Park, over the years, we've always seen Jordan Pickford take that game like that is ever going to be his last game as a footballer. So you can see him bringing his heroic performances in that match against Liverpool. So moving away from the Merseyside derby, let's go into another fierce derby in this one. This is Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea. Over the years, if you hear from Frank Lampard, hear from some Chelsea greats, they'll tell you that whenever it comes to Tottenham and Chelsea, they always put in everything. The last time Tottenham and Chelsea played, last season, Chelsea won 4-1 in the first leg. And during the second leg as well, Chelsea has always bettered Tottenham Hotspur. But then, looking at this game, how is it going to go? Well, for me, considering the fact that Chelsea at the moment, they are not really having a good, form defensively. Against Aston Villa, were they convincing defensively? I wouldn't say I'm so satisfied. But going against Tottenham Hotspur, who I know that they once defeated Manchester City 4 goals. And as well, knowing that under Ange Postecoglou, this man has said it that he always wins a trophy in his second season. So would it be that they might want to turn the fortunes of Tottenham Hotspur around against Chelsea this time around? Only time will tell. So for the full-time prediction, I see Chelsea conceding in this game, yes, and as well as also seeing Chelsea scoring as well. So I'll go for both teams to score. Both teams will score in this game with a correct score at a high-scoring one at 2-3 in favor of Chelsea. 5 goals to be scored in that game. I see lots of goals to be scored. And for the expert prediction, since there will be lots of goals that will be scored, you can expect lots of shot attempts in this game. So I see over 22.5 shots towards the goal in this game. Or if you don't want to go for that one, you can as well go for over 2.5 goals from there. And away from the Premier League now, let's get straight into the Spanish La Liga. Someone say Real Betis taking on Barcelona. Yes, Barcelona are coming off the back of a defeat to Las Palmas. 2-1. Right in, maybe you might not want to say it's their backyard, it's their Borough Stadium at the moment, as Camp Nou is still under development. But you might want to say that Barcelona were far from convincing against Las Palmas. And right now, then we want to do, justice to that by getting back to winning ways. But will they do that against Real Betis? Let's find out. Let's check out the team streak between Real Betis and Barcelona. Betis, for them, they haven't won a game in their last 3 matches. And in fact, you can as well say that the injury to Isco has really cost Real Betis, their form this season. Unlike last season when Isco joined, I think he won the Man of the Match awards, at 10 games that he played for them. The first 10 games, you always find Isco winning the Man of the Match. But this season, because it's not really available for them, Real Betis have really found it very hard coming by their form. So they have not won a game in their last 3 games. And in fact, they've not been without a clean sheet in their last 6 matches as well. In Real Betis matches, they have recorded over 2.5 goals 8 times more than 9. Not that they are the one that scored all the whole goals, but the fixture that sees them with another team has produced more than 2.5 goals. So that gives an idea that Betis loves to either score or concede lots of goals. And for Barcelona, for their team streak, Barcelona so far, they have recorded more than 2.5 goals in their last 8 matches in the La Liga. So this gives us an edge that we are tilting towards a goal market in this game. But before we get into the prediction for this one, let's check out the head-to-head between both sides. From the head-to-head, Barcelona has won in this fixture in the last 6 matches. They have not recorded a single loss. In fact, it's all been straight win for Barcelona. And as well, Real Betis, they have failed to keep a clean sheet in their last 6 games against Barcelona. So we know for sure Betis will concede against Barcelona. But both sides, that is, this fixture, has seen more than 2.5 goals. And as well, Barcelona has been the team to score first. And you expect that considering the great form of Rafinha. I scored a goal against Las Palmas. What a beautiful goal that was, though. That guy just seemed to be, a new set of player for Barcelona right now. He's got a captain armband, so that really will just increase his confidence as well. Himself, Lamine Yamal back from injury. Well, I think Alejandro Brade suffered a knock in that game, but during the week there were reports that he's fine, so maybe he will start in this game. But of course, it's a good news that Lamine Yamal is back for them, and as well that all the teams. You see the pairing of Pedri and Gavi against Las Palmas in that game, so definitely you will say that Barcelona will take the win in this game. But I won't be going for wins, because I don't want to get a same shock that I got against Las Palmas last week. So for this one, I'll go for over 2.5 as the full-time prediction. Over 2.5 as the full-time prediction, with the correct score at 3-1 in favor of Barcelona. You wonder why I always give the opposition team a go against Barcelona whenever they are playing. That is because of the eye line that Barcelona plays. That eye line is so risky that I am still finding it somehow confusing that Barcelona have been able to maintain confidence in that, tactical approach. Hansi Flick has done so great work, but let me not just focus only on Barcelona right now. 3-1 in the correct score in favor of Barcelona. And for my expert prediction, this one is a big odd one. You can find this at about 1.50 or 1.60, depending on the bookmaker that you're using. But you go for away over 1.5 goals, which means Barcelona to score 2 goals or more. And you can as well go for Barcelona over 12.5 shots towards the goal. Barcelona over 12.5 shots towards the goal. So finally, on today's top predictions, let's go into the UEFA Champions League that will be happening on Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's start from Tuesday, where we've got Atalanta taking on Real Madrid. This is a repeat of the Super Cup that was played earlier this season. Atalanta lost to Real Madrid in that game, 2-0. But right now, Atalanta has a chance in their own backyard to sort of inflict the suffering against Real Madrid. But will Real Madrid lose? I'm not sure, because a loss for Real Madrid in this game will continue and further jeopardize their chances of qualifying for the next round of the Champions League. They are currently 24th on the log right now. So Real Madrid needs to win this game by all means. But will Atlanta make it easy for them? I am not sure, because Gasperini is that manager that would always want to frustrate you with his tactical approach and everything. But of course, let's get into our prediction. Is Real Madrid going to win? I am not sure. So I would just tilt into a win or draw for Real Madrid. I would have said, let me go for under 2.5 goals, but that game might actually go into the way I don't expect, because Atalanta has a very good defense. But it could be the day that Kylian Mbappe decides that he want to be the star boy for Real Madrid. But so I'm going for just the normal predictions right here. So win or draw to Real Madrid in that game. And the correct score is going to be 4-2 in favor of Real Madrid. I see Rodrigo, if he's fit in that game, with his partnership with Kylian Mbappe, scoring lots of goals for Real Madrid. And I also see Ademola Lookman and Retegi also being, on target for Atalanta as well. So what about the expert prediction for this game? It's a corner for me, over 7.5 corner kicks, and you can as well go for over 4.5 goalkeeper saves, which means that Thibaut Courtois is back for Real Madrid, and as well as Atalanta. I told you that they got a good defense, so of course their keepers will definitely be in action. They will be busy all through that game. Finally, on Wednesday, we've got Juventus taking on Manchester City. That game, somehow, whenever you hear Juventus, it's always under 2.5. Less goals and less goals. What about Manchester City? They're still trying to pick up their pieces. But anyways, Pep Guardiola, we saw him last time out scratching his head. When they asked him, he said he wants to harm himself. But he later came out to clarify that he doesn't mean it that way and everything like that. But will he be back to winning ways in the Champions League against Juventus? I think so. I think Pep Guardiola must have found a way through in this fixture. So for me, I'll go for Manchester City win or draw from this, with a correct score at 2-0 in favor of Manchester City. And my expert prediction is Manchester City to win either half, which is a way to win either half. So guys, that is that on our top predictions for this week. Thank you so much. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more amazing prediction. Also, let's know your comment on our predictions, and let's know if you won big from last week. I'll see you next Friday. Also, don't forget to visit our website at www.betensured.com. You get to see more predictions and more amazing content for you to smile to the bank. My name is Tim the Sports Guy once again. I'll see you at the next episode of the Ensure Zone Podcast. Don't forget, right here at the Ensure Zone Podcast, we just do not predict the future. We ensure it. See you next time. Bye.